Hello. Are you good at small talk, making small talk? What is small talk? Just chatting often when we meet somebody for the first time, or you're in another situation where you're doing something else, but you're with another human being and you just talk about things like the weather or, I don't know. Oh, that's a nice t-shirt you're wearing. Um, I asked this question because I think Japanese usually are not very good at small talk, usually, of course, case by case, but it's not part of Japanese life, I think. I think Japanese are very polite. And when you go to supermarkets, there's not much chit chat or small talk, chit chat, another word for small talk between customer and the assistant. I think I may be wrong, but you know better than I. But um, I notice when I go back to England or especially America, you just get into long conversations about nothing with people you don't know. Is this a good thing? Well, it's considered politeness, I think. So you might be in a supermarket and somebody will say, "Oh, where are you from?" And you say, "Well, I'm from Japan." And they go, "Oh, I love Japan. I'd love to go. I haven't been to Japan. I've been to Thailand. I love Thai curry." "Oh, really?" And it's just a kind of pointless conversation, except the point of the conversation is to show that you are friendly and interested in the person. And it can be part of business too. I've noticed in Japan, when I had to do some business with a bank, I think buying a house or something, important business. There was zero small talk at the beginning. We just went straight into business. "Hello, Mr. Chair. If you want to do this, you want to borrow this money, you must pay this, you must do this, sign here, sign here, sign here, sign here." And right at the end, when everything has been done, then the small talk came out. "Oh, so are you from England?" "Oh, yes." "Oh, I like English pop music," or something. So I don't know if that's a golden rule in Japan that small talk comes after business. But if it's a rule, I would say small talk comes before business in England and maybe America. It's often a way of, it's like shaking hands. And "Are you a nice person?" "Yes, I'm a nice person." "Okay, now let's do business." So it's a useful skill to have a few things that you can say. Now, okay, I've got 8 points here on how to improve being good at small talk. The first one is become more social. Put yourself in more social situations that require you to make conversation. So go to parties, try and meet foreigners, get into that situation where you have to make small talk. That's the best way, of course. Okay, no, well, if you do go to a party, what do you do? Well, number two, be a good listener. If you pay attention to what somebody else is saying, then that gives you clues of things to ask them. And that's the thing. That's number three, encourage the other person to talk about themselves. People like talking about themselves, especially Americans, but even Japanese. So if somebody says, "Oh, hello, hello, where are you from?" "Oh, I'm from, I don't know, I'm from Abiko." "Oh, really? Abiko? I don't know where that is." "Oh, it's near Tokyo." "Near Tokyo? Oh, does that mean you work in Tokyo?" "Oh, yes, I do." "No, I don't." So you think of questions to ask, no matter whatever small piece of information you get, you can make questions. That is number four. Ask questions. Ask open-ended questions. That means questions that can't be answered with yes or no. If I say, "Are you Japanese?" "Yes." There's no further information needed. But if I say, "Where in Japan do you come from?" Now you have to give more information. Uh, don't say, do you like sushi? Because it's either yes or no. "What kind of food do you like?" Well, then they have to make a longer explanation. So questions that don't need a yes or no answer are good ways to get people speaking. Number five, use body language to show interest. For example, make eye contact, smile, and fold your arms. Yeah. The opposite, bad body language. If you meet somebody and they're like this, "Hi, what's your name?" "I'm Patrick." You're giving the signal that you are not interested and not ready to talk or do business or make friends or anything. much better that you make a little eye contact. I mean, don't stare at somebody, but you look at the person in the eyes a little bit and look away and look back. Considered good manners in the West to make eye contact. I don't know in Japan if that's true, but anyway, have a look, smile, open body, not closed. Hi, nice to meet you. Where are you from? And gestures and all that stuff. Body language. Number 6, know when to speak and when to listen. Vary your approach. Yeah, so don't listen all the time and never say anything. Occasionally you have to interrupt, or not interrupt, but put in your points, because they need a chance to rest and to listen and to talk, and you'll have a more interesting time. Generally do more listening than speaking, but yeah, it's a game of tennis. Pom, pom, pom. Conversation goes back, conversation over here, conversation over here. Don't dominate the conversation with lots of talking, and equally don't have always just listening. It's a balance. Number 7, be prepared. Yeah, work on vocabulary of likely topics beforehand. If you're going to a business meeting, work out some things that you're probably going to talk about. Or if it's just more general, I mean, the subject of the weather will often come up. Any big sports events that have happened recently, things that you like talking about, music, or prepare a few things that you can say, and then you can say those, and then that might develop a conversation. Number 8, learn from others. See how other successful small talkers do it. So that's really relates to the first point. Just do more of it. Put yourself in a situation where there's a party or a meeting. You can observe how other people do it and try it out yourself. It's okay to make mistakes. It's also okay not to be great at small talk. I don't think I'm great at small talk, but I have noticed I've been to parties where people have taken an interest in me and listened to me and asked me questions, and I always have a good feeling like, oh, that person really likes me. I don't know if they really like me, but I always have a good time. And if your goal is to let the other person have a good time, showing interest in listening and asking questions is the simplest way to leave a good impression. And then you can get on with business. Okay, that's all I have to say about that. Let's see, I've got 3 questions somewhere. Where is it? Somewhere. Oh, here we are. Number 1, when was the last time you needed to use small talk in English or Japanese? Number 2, what topics are easy for you to talk about? What topics are hard? Number 3, what's the purpose of small talk, do you think? Okay, that's all I have. Have a think about those questions. I will see you the next time. Thank you very much.